I'm sorry, 261 feet. I hate that I tried to short you 30 feet of density altitude. Jacques goes 1042 at 126 miles an hour. Stickles goes 1197 at 108. Brings up George Mirza, the Duster, 71 model out of Massachusetts. And Rob Salimi. How can you not love a guy with a 92 Jeep pickup that thought, you know what this thing really needs? Mag wheels and slicks. Because what other 92 Jeep pickup on the planet has mag wheels and slicks? George, that green means it's okay to take off. Just trying to be helpful. Dude, hit the gas. Well, even with the 8-second reaction time, it still would have been a good qualifying run, but apparently he's just going to do the old Friday morning drive. And we move on. Tom O'Laughlin. That's an SS396 Chevelle, the Quadrajet type, not the Holly type. And then Christian Philippone. Hey, Stock Eliminator, if you're planning on making this first qualifying session, quick question. Why aren't you in the staging lanes? Well, that would be the place to be. I'm just trying to be helpful. Now the SS396, even though it's the low horsepower version, certainly going to outrun the Oldsmobile down to the finish line stripe. 1124, $1.16 for Tom, 1297 at 101 for Christian. First car down the racetrack, still the one on top of the heap, 88 under the index, good enough to put you in the #1 spot, and that'll bring up Jim Reed. The IROC out of Reed's Automotive. And Adam Strang. A lot to like about this car. Pontiac Firebird with a clutch. Wow, Adam dropped the hammer, just knocked the tires off of that thing. So he's just going to ease her on down there, come back and make an adjustment and try something different. .1162, 111 miles an hour for Jim, 1610 for Adam after he basically did a second burnout up here when he dropped the clutch. And here's a couple of cars from different muscle car. Here is a Jim Reed on that last pair, goes to #1. Elroy Dam, the 1969 Roadrunner, and Tony Jarvis in a really loud Cobra Jet. After Adam spins the tires when he drops the clutch, Tony Jarvis hikes the front end up and flies that thing out there about 100 feet or so. 881 for the Cobra Jet, 152 miles an hour. Elroy goes 1059 at 122 miles an hour. Jim Reed still sitting in the #1 spot, and that'll bring up Gary Parker. G car and an H car putting on a pretty good little side-by-side run down to the stripe, the Ford side of the racetrack, also known as the right lane. 11:15, 116 miles an hour. Gary Parker goes 11:28, 97 miles an hour. And call me crazy, but 95 at the 8th, 97 at the finish line. I don't think he had that thing floored all the way down to the stripe. I picked up on these subtle little things. That'll bring up Brad Rose. 1967 small block Camaro, and Tim Barrett in the 69 model. Both of them 350 powered. A couple of first-gen Camaros. We're in, we're ready. Both of them running full song all the way to the stripe. Brad Rose goes 11:04 at 116 miles an hour. Barrett goes 11:38 at 113.4. It's so much more fun to me when you hold it all the way down, if you know what I'm saying. Ken Robinson, 396 car. There we go. Peter Foster, not the 396 car, but both are E-stock automatics. Remember, it's horsepower divided into the weight of the car, not cubic inches. So the low horse 396 got some LBs on board, and the 350 is the lighter version. Red lights don't matter a lick. Wow, that's a nice run. Ken Robinson, 1087, 120 miles an hour. 82 under the index. Foster goes 1114 at 115 miles an hour. Jim Reed still showing the way. He's the only one 1 second under. That's Mike Farrell in the Duster, and that's Jim Farrell in the Camaro. A couple of years apart in age. They're both in the same town. They're both out of Innovative Performance. I think these guys have probably met. Little brother out hustles the big brother down the stripe, but then he should. He's got a quicker classed car. 1098, 105 miles an hour. Jim Farrell goes 1160 at 111 miles an hour. Now this hardly seems fair. Brandon Karaguzian, left side in the Malibu wagon, and Alan Dame, A automatic, 440, 1970 CUDA. Did you see the story the other day? A guy found a 440, true story, 440, six-pack, 70 Roadrunner with 5,000 miles on it. Still had the original tires on it, still had the spare in the trunk. The thing had been locked up for like 45 years. Super Street, come on down. We need the lanes, please. Super Street to lanes. Allen goes 1063 with the automatic at 123 miles an hour. 1229, 105 for Brandon. Here's Eddie Bednass. Big block, 4-speed, 69 Nova. Check. TJ Busher. 69 Boo. How did a Malibu end up going all the way from there to there? You know what I mean? Like the last Malibu that went down wasn't exactly a flex your muscles. Look at me, I'm a big. Super Street, come on down. Time for you to take a shot at this. Super Street to the staging lanes, please. 1152, 116 miles an hour for Mike. Gene goes 1217, 105. Jim Reed still sitting number 1 and still the only one 1 second under the index. As Brett Albert pulls up his Nova against Robert Vogel. Vogel's got for sale on the back of the Fox body over here. You want to get involved with an L stock automatic? Got one. Indexically speaking, they're about a 1/10 and a half apart, and it looks like from a performance standpoint, they're going to be pretty close to that as well. Yeah, 1200s if you want to get it right down to the brass tacks. Vogel goes 1223. That's 12.234 at 106. 1235 at 104 for Brett Albert. Michael Ingram, the transmission guy over there on the left side, and Steve Smith, Team Portatree, Team Dodge, Team Hemi. At 114. And what is Allison doing in there? Allison looks like she's trying to get somebody's attention over there. Man, she did everything but like jump out of the car and there we go. Just looking for a little lineup guidance over there. Keith Sansoni over here. Good old Mighty Mouse.